Right, Chris Pratt's new movie, Mercy, is being destroyed by the critics. Now, I'm not going to lie. I saw the trailer to this and I thought, wow, this looks terrible. I didn't like the look of it at the time. It looked super low budget. It looked like one of those kind of movies that, I don't know, it was just really surprising that this got made. All on sort of volume and GoPros, what looked like GoPros. It looked like an offshoot of like War of the Worlds, right? It's like him just sat in on a volume set talking to a AI computer judge. It's like, this is, what are we doing here? So I didn't like the look of it when I saw it, but it looks like everyone else hates it as well. Apparently, it's a contender for the worst movie of the year, which is that's pretty savage. That's pretty savage. So yeah, not great. In terms of Rotten Tomatoes overall score, 18%. Not the best. Not the best. Looking like it's going to have a big opening weekend, though. I say big. It's projected to beat Avatar this weekend. So, that's interesting. Shall we take a look at some of these reviews? Yeah, I think we should. It's not good. Obviously, it's 18%. It's not going to be good, is it? Roger Ebert from Beyond the Grave. No, it's not. His website, though. By the halfway mark of the screen popping and kinetic, but ultimately tiresome and borderline dopey AI thriller Mercy, I found myself yearning for a wireless mouse so I could log off. Although that's a fresh, though. How does that make any sense? That's a fresh, but okay. 1.5 out of 5. A movie about AI that feels as though it was written by AI. The Slick Mercy is a hacky, old-school detective story with a technological twist whose high-octane imagery can't disguise its fatal flaws. Oh! This isn't really a stretch, though, because a lot of critics really hate Chris Pratt and his movies. I think this movie may do well. What was that last thing that people hated? Was it the Terminal List? People hated that, man. People were slating it. The Terminal List, right? This is an objectively good series. The Terminal List is great. And that critics gave it a 41%. So I'm just going to go on a limb and say they could also be wrong about Mercy, right? I'm not. I do think Mercy looks like shit. I'm just throwing that out there. I do actually think it looks terrible. But the critics do have a weird hate boner for Chris Pratt. Like, genuinely, like a lot of his movies just get panned by critics. And like, again, The Terminal List is objectively a good series. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's great. It's really good. This one here, Mark Reviews Movies. Thankfully, Mercy is so silly and unbelievable that everyone should be able to see through what a terrible idea its premise is. I don't think the premise is bad. To me, the execution looks bad. We've got this one. Even with a dreadful script, Mercy moves fast enough to hold your attention once. Oh. 2.5 out of 5. Mercy wants to look forward, but it refuses to think forward. And in a story about the dangers of letting machines decide our fate, that lack of reflection may be its greatest failure. Oh, wow. Super insightful there, mate. Mercy is entertaining enough, I suppose, but I could also watch a mediocre TV series and be just as entertained. Still, I'm sure it'll do fine in theatres, not least due to the dystopian story, which is only too relatable. I think people are getting a bit turned off by dystopian movies at the moment because all they've got to do is look outside. No, but I do think that is part of it. Like if you're living in like a weird Big Brother dystopia, you're not going to want to, like, what do you escape to? What, to watch more dystopia? Like, well, I live that shit, so I'm not going to, what? It plays like a film that can't decide whether it fears technology, worships it, or just wants to use it as a convenient set of shiny props. I do feel like this is one of those movies that was written by AI. From the trailers and things like that. So, or like, at least it was an AI idea. Mercy is simultaneously preposterous, stiff, never thrilling, and a prime example of lazy filmmaking. I mean, they hate it. It just goes on. Its concepts are shaped into an appropriately flawed story, flawed hero, redemptive journey, slightly a bit better than average black hole Amazon produced movie. This one, resorting to the laziness of using a car chase and no holds barred action finale, proves all the more disappointing after such a promising beginning. The car chases are good. What? I like a car chase. What's wrong with a car chase? Justice for car chases. There's a lot of exciting tactile action, and the 3D is satisfyingly justified, but its neoconservative outlook on these burgeoning socio-political questions is bland, absurd, and exceedingly silly. I don't need a fucking thesis on the movie. Alright, what are you doing? Anyway, a mindless action flick. Some of them are fine. Where an accused murderer has 90 minutes to prove his innocence during a trial. There's a lot of yelling at video screens in this moronic movie. Viewers will feel like yelling at the screen too, with all the stupidity on display. Wow. Morally repugnant thrill ride. Wow. I mean, people hate it. Look at this. If this is the future of crime thrillers, everyone needs their screen time severely curtailed. AI-driven thriller is never dull, but it's consistently manipulative and corny. A slick and stylish sci-fi thriller that's shallow, convoluted, and increasingly preposterous. I mean, it is just, they're savage here. It just keeps going. Ending a film with the propaganda equivalent of AI ain't that bad, guys, left a rancid taste in my mouth. Just gets worse. People really hate it. We need to go back in time and prevent Timur Bekmambetov from discovering Skype. It's not a perfect film, but Mercy is intelligent, thought-provoking, well-acted, and wholly entertaining. It should not have been exiled into January's cinematic tundra. Yeah, I mean, this just goes on and on. Mercy's crude. Ultimately, Mercy isn't aggressively bad. It's just dumb. Lazily written. Chaotically directed. Should be avoided by anyone suffering from screen addiction, which is everyone. Wow. There you go. I mean, what do you say? Apparently, it is atrocious. Leave your thoughts down below.